Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Career Mode with Ferrari. Once again, we do not have the update, and we won't have it now till next week. There has been some kind of issue. PC got the update today, consoles get it at some point next week. So we are going to continue with Ferrari tonight, and we are heading to Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. All right, let's see. 6 days to go until the Grand Prix. Let's go through the rest of our inbox. So no improvements to the car at the moment since the last race. There is our development update for our drivers. So Ollie Behrman gained a point in defending, 2 points in overtaking, 3 points in defending, a point in braking, and a point in control for Kimi. Very nice. Our main drivers, again, have not gained any extra performance. Didn't we do this last night? I'm sure we did. Yeah, we did all this last night. Why did it not save it? That's very odd. All right, let's redo. Let's redo our training then. See if I can remember what I did now. How you doing, Army? How you doing, Itai? Good to see you guys. Hello, Mr. Water. And Farah as well. Easy mode tonight then. Yes, it would appear that it's going to be easy mode for the rest of the week. And next, I'm not going to do any Ferrari stuff this weekend, given that we've done Ferrari all through most of this week. Well, actually, the entire week so far. So there will be no 1 hour videos this weekend. And then I probably won't stream F1 Manager until we get the patch after tomorrow. I might take a break on Monday because I doubt the patch will come out on the Monday. I might stream something else. I don't know. As a one-off. There we go, and then I was going to go half a day there, wasn't I? All right, there we go. Adami has gone up a point overall, up to a 91 now. We have a spare underfloor, and we have engineer and driver tension. It's Leclerc. Somehow I was expecting it to be Carlos. We'll try intervening. I always try and intervene. Gabriele Mini will be joining us. Whoa, why is it going to cost me 3 mil? Ooh. Did he just sign a deal with Alpine that I didn't realise? Oh, but he's got a breakout modifier. Should not be costing us 3 mil. He must have a really high breakout modifier. Well, I'm not dropping 3.2 mil on him. So we'll just acknowledge, and then we'll try offering him another deal at a later point. I'm not paying through the nose like that for someone who's out of contract in 6 months. That's an insane amount of money. It should only be a couple 100,000. Evening Dino, evening Victor, evening Truck. Good to see you guys. Do I still play City Skylines? No. I haven't played it since I wound down waiting for City Skylines 2 to come out almost a year ago. So unlikely I'll go back to it now at this point. All right, let's make a counter offer. Just to protect ourselves, we'll make that next season. Tiny little moth in my room that's been buzzing around for days. Every time I try and swat it, it disappears out of my line of sight. Just gave me a buzz again. He wants a lot of money. Let's offer him that as a new contract. Okay. You've been playing Endzone too. Yeah, I've been playing Endzone a bit. I haven't played that for a few months now, but I did pick up a copy of Endzone when it was on sale on the PlayStation Store a while back. Okay, 19 seconds for a pit lane stop. That sounds about right. 9 seconds under a safety car. Yeah, potentially that sounds about right as well. Right, it is the day of the race. So, I go to the warehouse. Need one more chassis to get back up to double spares. One at the moment. One away from maximum front wing spares that we need. Good everywhere else. And that chassis will be ready very, very soon. Don't need another front wing, I don't think, at this point. 5 is enough. So I'm happy with that. Let's set some targets then for tonight. Looking at our car, we have got a very good looking car. Not quite the fastest, not quite the best in acceleration, but the best low and medium speed performance through the corners. That is excellent. Again, we have the best tyre preservation as well. And compared to the average, we are 25% better than the rest of the grid. That is a very, very big margin. Wow, Red Bull's tyre preservation number at the moment is terrible. Mercedes is at 57%. Alpine's down at 30. Williams at 39. Let's have a look at McLaren. They're at 54. They're second at the moment. Haas is at 24%. Oh, RB is at 52.5. Sauber at 33%. Aston, oh, there we go. Aston clear second, 61.9. Effectively 62%. They are the closest rivals to us in terms of tyre preservation. So it's no wonder we can look after our tyres a lot better than the AI can, because at the moment, most of them have got really dog shit brake cooling. Works for us. Let's set some targets for tonight's race. 4th and 5th. We should get better than that.
Formula One has arrived here in Quebec, and we're excited to get underway. Let's hope it's not going to be Groundhog Day. The local rodents have disrupted more than one race day here in the past. The Canadian Grand Prix is ready to kick off, and the only drama on the tracks we want to see is the best drivers in the world battling it out for a place on that podium. It was Charles Leclerc who tasted victory in the last race, but he will surely be looking to find the recipe for success again and achieve another podium place. What will happen this weekend? Only time will tell.
Well, if Carlos crashes, I'll be seriously pissed. So why has the console got to wait till next week for the update? Something failed. Maybe it was a bug in the code that wasn't picked up until it went to certification, or whether they realised just before they submitted it. I don't think that's the case. I think given the late announcement, I think it failed certification, and I have just seen that. Well, I'll go get him before he starts buzzing around again. Got him. Yes. There we go. Fuck, he's been bugging me for about 4 days now. So where was I? Yes, it failed certification. I'm pretty much certain I can say that. So I think they were trying to delay the PC update, because I think that was already, a few days ago. I think they were trying to delay it so that they could release it on all platforms at the same time. The update failed certification for consoles, or at least for one console, if not all of them. I don't think they were released on all but one system. So yeah, they're holding it back again until next week. Gives them time to make some changes, resubmit it, and hopefully Monday or Tuesday, more likely probably Wednesday or Thursday now at this rate, which is really, really annoying. I just want to get my team, create a team back up and running. Right, Kimmy is not available to run, so we'll just run Behrman. We want to go 21 laps around this circuit, I think. Let's go with a 5.5, a 12.5. Let's go with a 2.8, 3 and a 0.8. Switching over, look at the the number of parts that have bin ruined by Carlos so far. Well, technically some were ruined by Sargent, but it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Let's get them out on track.
And green.
Copy.
Copy.
Out of boredom, Dino has made an arrows and BRM logo. Very cool. Finished the Grand Prix in Spain with Ferrari, gap to P3 to P2 a minute on hard mode. Yeah, it is very, very easy at the moment. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm just going to end the series early. Because there is zero challenge at the moment. Given how dominant we were in Monaco last night. Carlos wants to screw the team over before he's kicked out. Well, he has already screwed the team over significantly. They've got to add the new Williams driver in the game now as well. He's already in the game. Franco Colapinto, he's a 68 rated driver. He's been in the game since the previous version, if not the version before that.
And try to work on your front tires.
Let's see how close we are with one of our cars, because they're very different in terms of setup. So one of them will hopefully be close, the other one will be a mile away.
Temperature, how are we?
And try to keep the temperature on tires.
78 for Charles Leclerc.
Tires are still coming up.
Update when you can.
Only 21 for Behrman.
Better.
Understood.
Can I get him in? Nope. That wasn't quick enough. Let's go with, well, let's shove that all the way up and then work our way back. Okay, that is going to be an 11.5. Bring that down to a 4.5. Push that up. Bring that down a bit more to a 4. And let's see how that does.
And warm up your tires.
Yeah, I really don't want to get too invested in a save file that's not going to last. That's why I've been waiting for this patch. It's just so frustrating, man. I have to wait potentially another week.
Is the car okay?
I really hope it drops sooner than that.
Yep, everything's good.
Understood.
Okay, we're coming now to the pit.
15 meters. Stop on the marks.
Okay, we're getting closer. Go with that. Ooh, Drugovic. Looks like his engine's gone pop.
Virtual safety car.
And yeah, a terminal failure.
Oh, very much so.
Gutting.
So much so that he didn't even transition to the second screen of that replay. Yeah, he's gone. I'm just looking to see if I can see a little bit of smoke drifting around the corner.
Any feedback on the car?
Yes, guys. Let's keep working with our release.
All right, we've made some real progress with Charles Leclerc
Yes, confirm.
to 33%.
Virtual safety car ending.
Yeah, come.
All right, there we go. End of practice 1. I never did actually look to see how much damage we've done to Behrman's car. We'll do that now. We've got a penalty for Valtteri Bottas. Don't remember him hitting anybody last night. He's running a new engine. It can't be a replacement engine penalty already. Did he hit someone? He can't be on the on engine number 5 already. He must have tagged someone last night in one of those collisions that we had. Right, let's see. The RS advantage is 6%. Getting low, but it's holding up. The gearbox, which I was a bit worried about, is still ticking over. We are not close to knowing on the setup yet, so we're only going to go on the mediums in this session. Going to run for I'm going to run for 21 laps, bring him in, make changes, send him back out again. And then we'll just run him for the entire session in FP3. Weather is going to be fine in FP3, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's Sunday, it's going to be a bit soggy. Let's have a look at changes here. So that is actually a 1.9. Just about squeaks in on the tolerances on braking stability and cornering. We'll try it. Got 30 laps of fuel. Car parts are fine. Medium tyres. Let's send them out.
Green light.
Copy.
Let's see how Yuki does tonight as well, given his remarkable P2 finish last night. Can he carry some form across into tonight's race? His mentality must be absolutely buzzing going into this race. Is that feedback? 95% still need to tweak that.
Okay, like this.
Copy that.
Okay, we'll do that at the end of this run. %93 for Sainz.
Yeah, all good. Good job.
We'll be tweaking
Okay,
him in just a
that's
couple of minutes. Alright. Not sure which way to go on that. Let's try that. Was it a good race last night? It was a very easy race for Charles Leclerc. A very complicated race for Sainz, who didn't even finish the race in the end. And multiple red flags / safety car moments. Changing the strategy a number of times, both drivers. Yeah, very strange. 3 drivers ran their tyres till they exploded. Max, Piastri and Stroll all picking up punctures. Very, very weird. But it served up some interesting entertainment given how easy it was for us. We lapped everybody up to Lando Norris. We almost lapped him, and then a safety car came out with like 3 laps to go. And he was able to survive on the lead lap. Not convinced that's enough. Let's do that. Gone the wrong way. Damn it.
Copy that.
It's proving stubborn.
Help me with tire temperature.
Keep temperature into the tires. Taking the flag.
Right. Final practice session before quali. Hoping I'd have this setup nailed, but I went the wrong way with some of those changes. So I'm going to try not to go quite that extreme. Let's try that. Keep our fingers crossed. Got to run him for the whole session. That ERS should just about make it. Right, I've made the changes here. We want soft tyres. Let's go with 28 laps in case we do get it right. That should be enough to fulfill the track knowledge. And we'll send them out again.
So now we have green light.
Right
So
then,
Sargent
we can
running
take a
wide
look now.
on
Now
his
this is
outlap.
Logan Sargent. Just a bit
cuts the
too
grass.
wide at that.
Copy.
Yeah, I know we have major damage to the ERS. Just needed to get through the session. Chat is playing up again. It's not showing me all the messages. Missed a couple there. Williams announced Globant as a sponsor. Never heard of them, but I'm going to guess it's an oil company or oil-funded company.
Is the car okay?
96. It's still not there, but we can't make the changes. Well, we can't call him in to make the changes because he's not going to get his track knowledge up otherwise. We'll have to do a Hail Mary tweak before qualifying. What about Charles? Can I at least get one of the cars right? No! Jesus! This is the most trouble I've had getting the cars set up in a while here. I haven't got either of them done yet. Of course, it's the wing. That's too much on the rear wing, I think. I'm going to have to put that back to a 3.5. Tweak that back that way. Hope that's it.
Box.
There will be pit limiter on.
Yeah, YouTube chat is
And,
absolutely
stop on the
rubbish.
mark.
It just randomly just stops feeding the messages through every now and again. I've got into the habit now of just periodically closing it every single live stream and then reopening it again just to check whether it's still actually feeding stuff through. Most of the times it does, but every now and again I'll do that when it seems to like it's been quiet for a while, and I'll reopen it and like there's like a dozen messages that have come through that I've not seen. So if you are watching a live stream and I don't acknowledge you straight away, it's not necessarily through because I'm ignoring you. I just might not have actually seen you pop up and say hello in the chat. All right, we're up to 80% on the track knowledge for science. 20 minutes of running to go, less than. Leclerc is about to complete his track knowledge, closing in on his feedback as well. There we go. Just need that last block. Please let this be right. Let me at least get one car right. There we go.
Any feedback on the car? Yes, confirm.
Call him in now. And that's site's done. That is going to be a 2.5 on the rear wing, on the front wing, sorry. All right, time for quali.
There's tension in the air today, so it must be time for qualifying.
The circuit Gilles Villeneuve isn't a permanent track, so circuit evolution is high over the Grand Prix weekend. Overtaking is possible, but getting a well-timed lap in qualifying will help any driver.
So as we head into this qualifying session, Karun, how do you think Lando's going to be feeling?
They were looking pretty sharp in practice and setting good lap times, so they're probably feeling fairly confident now. But a good practice time doesn't always guarantee a strong qualifying outcome.
And you're right. Well, it's nearly time for qualifying.
Ah. Globant are a UK investment firm, apparently. Software company. Oh, no, wait, that's Globant UK. So, where are they originally based? There we go. I've just didn't get a response as to where they're from. Just reloaded chat again, and yeah, there's a whole load of messages missing again. Oh, they're Argentinian. Ah, well, yeah, that makes sense with Colapinto. Yeah, I was Googling on my phone trying to figure out where they are. So, we need to make some changes. Let's drop that down to 2.5. Let's push that up. There we go. Let's go with that. Need to change out the engine parts, etc. Another new engine. Carlos. In and Victor. And another new gearbox. Can't believe we used up half the gearboxes already. And we are good with everything here still for Charles. No need to make those changes. So, let's get ready for quali.
And green.
Very close there. Science just fractionally quicker. Perez 8/10 behind us. It's not a good lap time for him. Max 9/10 behind, so I thought that was a mistake, but maybe not. Yuki jumps up into fourth. We are absolutely through. Don't need to run again. Hamilton is right on the cusp. of elimination here. As Alonso has a little wobble. Drivers are still really slow coming out the pit lane on this track. But it's less jerky than it was in the previous two versions. It's a more constant speed this time. A lot of cars piling out the pits now. Russell's not exactly safe either, down in 13th place. Let's ride the ham cam for old time's sake. And to make you cringe. Well, it is Throwback Thursday. So far, so good for Lewis, improving in both sectors. Zhou's on a double improvement as well. No improvement for Gasly or Ocon. Sargent is up in the first, no improvement in the middle. Russell just about to start his flying lap now. Hamilton jumps up to 7th above Max. He should be safe with that. Let's cut to Russell. Ride with Russell Vision. And I'm not singing the Chuckle Vision song. Gasly is out in 19th. Tsunoda has crossed the line. He is 6th. Ricciardo just coming up to the line now. Stays in 10th. Bottas 17th. Russell improves to 10th. He's safe. Magnussen is now the car at risk. It's down to Logan Sargent, who's into the pits. Zhou is going slow. Ocon's going slow. That's it. So it's Sargent, Bottas, Zhou, Gasly and Ocon who are eliminated at the end of Q1. It's still not right. How is it still not right? God damn. Must be a 2 on the front wing. Can't change it now without breaking everything else. So that's it. That's as good as it's going to get for Sainz. Still, 97% is respectable.
Green light.
you know what? I'm going to make things more interesting. We are not going to participate in the rest of qualifying. We're going to start 14th and 15th. So just 3 spots, of relegation to be confirmed this time. Albon gets himself up into 10th. Stroll immediately jumps the position back. And it is the 2 Haas drivers who are also eliminated, Magnussen and Hulkenberg. Max starting on pole.
70 laps of the Canadian Grand Prix await our drivers here in Montreal.
Named after the legendary Canadian driver, the circuit Gilles Villeneuve has been host to plenty of first-time winners. Jean Alesi, Lewis Hamilton, Robert Kubica and Daniel Ricciardo all got their maiden victories here.
With a flat-out section of over a kilometre in Sector 3, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is a track that asks, who dares brake last? And that means it's tough on tyres and brake temperatures the whole way round. The time has come to fight it out. It's race day.
I forgot we were starting on wet tyres. Shit. Oh dear. Okay, well, never mind. It will definitely be more of a challenge now. Let's have a look at the weather forecast. And is it going to be wet the whole race through? Yes, it is. All right. Okay. One stop for us. It is, by the look of it. Well, no stops, really. Just one set of tyres. Let's take 3 laps of fuel out. Given that it's wet. Let me close and reopen chat. There we go. Fourteenth and 15th. Here we go.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway.
15th isn't really where they should be starting from today. They need to move forward quickly to salvage a good result.
Right, let's get to it then. The drivers are ready and raring to go. It's the Canadian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So we are 4.3 kilos under our fuel, under-fueled at the moment. We will earn that back as the race stays wet, quicker than we would in dry running. Let's see how well we can move up through the field without the DRS. Which was why I decided to skip qualifying, thinking that with DRS we'll make our way back up fairly straightforwardly. You just pinged your logos on Twitter. Alright, let me have a quick look.
update on track condition if you can.
Yeah, very slippery.
Oh, I like that BRM. The arrows looks pretty good as well. Very nice work. Right, Carlos, this is your chance to shine. Oh, that's Sergeant in the wall. I heard that shunt.
We've got a yellow flag here.
I knew exactly where he went off here at the chicane.
It's not going the way the team had hoped today, that is for sure.
All right, well, we've got a VSC. We may as well save a little bit of the fuel and the tyres.
And we need to increase lift and coast.
I mean,
Trying to get things to line up is a massive pain. Oh, God, tell me about it. When I tried to do the Mitsubishi logo, nothing could line up at all. It was so frustrating. I just gave up. I will have another go at it at some point, but...
So there was a crash.
At the moment they are okay.
There is debris on track over there.
Sergeant crashes, traditions. Yeah,
So at the moment you are P15.
and
Next car in front
he is going to be one of my two
Sainz.
drivers. With Brabham, him and Schumacher. That's my lineup.
bit heavier than the last one.
Just waiting for the marshals to scrape away the last hopes and dreams of an F1 career of Logan Sargent off the track, and then we'll be able to go racing again. Oh, that didn't take long.
And try to increase pushing status.
So try to speed up if you can. Use the energy.
Yeah, copy.
Let's go straight on the attack. There we go. Sights is up. And here comes Charles. Is he going to have a lunge? Nope. Giving up on his life. Little defensive shape there from Hulkenberg as we approach cornering. Sainz lining up a move on Magnussen. Has a look through the chicane. Lovely stuff. He's off and away already. Why are we so low? I decided to skip qualifying after Q1, so we started 14th and 15th, just for a bit more of a challenge, given how easy it was last night. Let the Haas cars use the last of their battery, I think. There'll be a lunge here at the chicane again. No, not this time. Yuki Tsunoda is currently the fastest man on track.
I cannot pass, guys. It's too difficult.
Jimmy Clark.
The race is still on for us. And start button on. And more energy available.
Copy.
Now we should hopefully get the move done here on Nico Hulkenberg. It's just backing out a bit.
Continue, keep going.
Another yellow flag.
And charge button on.
Max has made a mistake.
Now we should be able to take
Locked
a
up
look
at the
here.
chicane.
So let's follow the action going into turn 12. And there goes the steering. What caused that, I wonder?
That's dropped him down to fourth. Perez is all over him. Couldn't find a way through though.
Charge button on.
pace has been a little bit of a disappointment so far. Yet to gain any places. Science up 2.
Charge button on.
Copy.
Trying to avoid pushing the tyres. I want to go to the flag without a pit stop if I can. Not really making much progress up the grid at the moment. Might have to start pushing the tyres at this rate. Some interesting news out of France. The Viry staff, the staff at the Alpine engine factory, are going to be on strike at Monza. About 100 staff are going to be at Monza and striking in protest at Renault's decision to shut down, or desire to shut down the engine plant. That'll be interesting. And the Ferrari special livery is yet another disappointing special livery, where they're changing practically nothing on the car, just adding a carbon fibre styling to the numbers. That's pretty much it. All right, take it easy, truck. Thanks for stopping in tonight.
Charge on.
Copy.
Can use K1.
We are catching back up again very quickly here with Charles.
Russell Meyer vision. Charge button on. So deployed.
Yeah, copy that.
not really trying to find a way through.
Get in front, Magnussen.
There we go. Having a little look. It's tricky because Magnussen and Hulkenberg are so tight together that the battery doesn't really give that big launch push. But there we go. A little look around the outside becomes the inside. Now hopefully we can get the second Haas car here as well. And there we go. Finally, we are through, and that is a double confidence boost for Charles Leclerc.
And charge button on.
Okay.
Sainz has got past Albon. Must have done that at the hairpin.
Now we're watching Carlos Sainz here. The gap opens up for them.
Yeah, there we go. Lovely stuff. And Yuki Tsunoda's in second.
And P11. And Ricciardo now, Ricciardo in front.
0.8.
Now. Point 4.
Can use K1.
You can see we've definitely got a lot of pace in the car because how quickly we pulled away from Hulkenberg with Leclerc. So this is where it's going to be slightly slower going.
Charge button on.
So let's refill the battery.
Can use K1.
And then when it's full and we try and push our way through, we'll do it with a little bit of tyre push just to speed things up a bit. Check in with Tsunoda. There he is. A couple of seconds behind Norris. Max still hasn't made any real progress, and Hamilton has now picked up a fault. Dropping a fair way off the back. In fact, he is heading this train that we are at the back of with Sainz here. Do we have fault information yet? Let's have a look. Yes, we do. Gearbox issues. Leclerc now closing in on the back of Albon. Only took a couple of laps to get there.
ERS.
Copy.
And through he goes.
Charge button on.
Okay.
Ricardo in front of Russell now. Hamilton's broken away from Stroll. Evening, John. No qualifying today. We skipped Q1. Well, we did Q1, got through comfortably, and then we skipped Q2 and Q3. Started 14th and 15th, just for the extra challenge, because this file is already becoming way too easy.
Can use K1.
There we go, through on George.
Charge button on.
Copy that.
That's Ricardo. And Stroll. Next up is Alonso. Who will probably be a little bit tougher to get through, but we might get him here at the hairpin. Not quite close enough. Yeah, Alonso's pushed up onto Hamilton.
Can slow down.
Copy.
No DRS. No DRS for it.
And we'll have to do that all over again with Charles Leclerc in a few laps' time. Right, so we are 13 seconds off the back of Norris at the moment. That's not too bad. Let's go into battle assist just to make sure Ricardo doesn't
Can use
pull
K1.
a sneaky on us. Tyre wear is definitely a healthy markup compared to the rest. I do wonder if we will see anyone make a stop tonight. They might do, but I would not be surprised if they all one stop as well. And that's a spin for George. That is another position gain for Leclerc.
Single yellow.
Yeah, copy that.
Sorry.
He's not crying, it's just raining in his helmet. Has dropped us off the back of Stroll again, unfortunately, but we will get that gap down again. So a new fastest lap for Oscar Piastri as he gets past Tsunoda.
Charge on.
Fight off Ricciardo there. My hope with tyre wear in this race is that everyone does do just a single set of tyres, no one stops. But because they're pushing their tyres harder than we are, we will have a distinct pace advantage in the closing stages of the Grand Prix. That's my hope. But if they keep pushing too hard, we may see people stopping, in which case they'll be behind us, but they'll have fresher tyres, which should give them a little edge. Depends how bad our tyres are by that point. As we make the move on Stroll. Lovely stuff. 5 seconds now, 5.5 seconds to Ricciardo.
Mamma mia.
And that now gets Leclerc into peak confidence. Sainz still has Ricciardo behind him. Lapping on pace with Hamilton and Alonso, but we are losing time to the cars in front. The gap's now 17 seconds. Alonso is looking to make a move on Lewis, and Norris sets a new fastest lap at 1:21.3.
A lot of rain here.
Alonso gets through. Hamilton has a bad exit, but we couldn't capitalise on that.
58.
Can we get him here, though? Not quite.
0.3.
Let's try and punch past a pair of them. Ricciardo's still lurking.
Can use energy.
Sainz putting manners on Lewis for taking his seat next season.
Can go tire management. Copy.
hopefully now we've got a little bit of clean air in front of us. We should close up onto Alonso. .123.8 last lap. Perez in the 121s. Track's drying up a little bit. It's not going to go below 1 mil though at any point, I don't think. Tsunoda back in front of Piastri. Tsunoda could be on for another really, really high scoring place here. I think Norris is going to be the biggest threat for the win for us. Assuming we can catch up to the cars in front, which we should be able to do, given time, then we'll be fighting with Tsunoda and Piastri for the 2 podium spots. I don't think Tsunoda's going to be able to challenge for the win, but he could well be fighting for a podium spot again. Let's see, we've dropped Lewis now, closing in on Alonso. Let's punch our way past him as quickly as we can. We are saving fuel ridiculously quickly as well, so let's start pushing some fuel. There we go, there's the lunge on Fernando, and through we go. Let's drain this battery now, get a clean break and go hunting after Checo.
Was a very good lap. Well done.
And that is the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We didn't even try for it that hard, really. This lap will be quicker.
Charge button on. Slow down. Okay, copy.
And that is Checo. Just about. It's tough. Almost didn't complete the move then, but we got it. So, 5th place now for Sainz. Gap now 14.5 seconds. 3 seconds to the back of Max. Leclerc still in peak confidence. That'll help him close up to the back of Ricciardo, Hamilton and Alonso, who are back together as a train again. Take a look at tyre wear. We're down to 75-ish%. Yeah, it looks like they are going to try and go to the flag. That's good. Gives us plenty of leeway with how we can push our tyres later in the race. Another second out of the cars directly in front of us. 124 against the 123. Sainz took almost a second out of Perez. Out of Max. Perez still going with him though. And we have a yellow flag. So we're just having a little wobble. It's Magnussen.
And if we watch Magnussen, that's... Oh no, that's not quite what they would have...
It's not worked out well for George, has it? He's now 9 seconds behind Leclerc. Hasn't had the pace to come back with us. Stroll is stuck behind him. I do wonder if Stroll could maybe go a little bit quicker. Yeah, it's a big gap that's opened up. And we're now just a second behind Verstappen. I'm taking another second out of Norris overall since we last did that check. At this rate, it might be a very straightforward pass on Max. Let's just make sure we get him into turn one. Oh, just shuts the door.
Hi.
Try your best.
Right here. No, again, he shuts that door. Again, he goes defensive. Does not want us to get through, look. That's understandable. We're out of battery, so this is our last opportunity on this lap.
Charge button on to come in.
And we don't get him, so let's
And slow down now.
start harvesting again, I suppose.
Okay.
We have caught this pack here, so let's start
button
pushing Leclerc.
Copy.
And you can use all the boost back.
Copy this.
Ricardo is sitting in front of us. No joy so far. Can we have a lunge? Yes, we can. That is 9th position and maxing out that confidence again.
It's raining more.
Hamilton using some battery there to hold us off. And again on the exit of the hairpin, but now we've got the slipstream. Get alongside and complete the move through the chicane.
Charge on.
There you go, this one's for you, Farah.
Yes.
Right, let's cool
Start
the
button
engine
on.
down a touch.
Copy.
Gap's gone back up to 15.5 seconds.
Use the energy.
So at the moment you are P8.
Couldn't quite squeeze through.
Behind you is Hamilton.
But we got him at the chicane. Lovely stuff.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
All right, we're back on max again.
Copy that. Can you use K1? Copy.
Oh, nearly got him. Can we get him on the exit?
Max in front.
We're going to go side by side on the run to the chicane here.
Perez behind 3 seconds.
And we should get him under braking. There we go. Through we go.
And charge button on if you can.
Now we can see what happened. Now this was on the straight.
This
It's
one's for
certainly
me.
inviting.
So the gap is nearly 17 seconds to Lando Norris. We are 12.5 seconds behind Tsunoda and Piastri. Let's take a tyre wear check. We've got a 5% margin over Norris, at 10% over Piastri. Max's tyres are down to 69%, which means to me, Max and Hulkenberg are likely to stop, as is Bottas and Gasly. I think we might see a few drivers try and stop, actually. We're approaching the halfway point. Our tyres are still very good.
And Charles, no lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
And next up, Checo. Kind of leaves Sainz to his own devices for a little while now.
And more energy available.
And there we go. Sneaking through while I was busy messing around with Sainz's battle assist there. I was planning to get him on the exit of the chicane on the run down to the hairpin, and he just went and got him straight up the chicane.
We are fast.
We are fast shot. We are very fast. Oh, yellow flag.
Need to save tires in high speed.
Who's made the mistake? Someone has had a spin. Oh, it's Lewis. And he was behind Ricciardo. Ricciardo had got through, and then he just spun at the exit of the chicane there. And Ricciardo is now fighting with Alonso. Has Russell stopped for tyre? Yeah, Russell has stopped already. So we are definitely going to see some tyre changes for other drivers. Russell stopped just before the halfway point. And that puts us very firmly in the driving seat. Actually, no, it doesn't. Not firmly. Norris, if he boxes now, will still come out in front of Charles Leclerc, but behind Verstappen. Will be ahead of everybody with Sainz for a bit, but probably only by about 3 or 4 seconds to Norris. And then Norris will have those fresher tyres. Leclerc will be behind Norris, but he might just get out in front of Tsunoda and Piastri. Should do. We should be lapping quicker than them at this point. As Ricciardo gets past Perez, Ricciardo's flying right now. Where has this pace suddenly come from? RB, all of a sudden, are looking on for a huge amount of points tonight. A 127.1 for Perez last lap. That's a terrible lap. Gap is definitely coming down, back down to 15 seconds now for Sainz. Leclerc not making the progress just yet. Valtteri is into the pits. two cars have stopped so far, Russell and Albon. This is car number 3. And there is Norris. Does he get out right in front of Norris? No, right behind Norris. So Bottas is lapped. Halfway point. Hamilton into the pits. And where's he going to feed out? Will he get out in front of George? I think he will. Comfortably. Might even get out in front of Hulkenberg here. And he does. And it's a much better exit from the pits than we were seeing in racing conditions in the last game. Max is still stubbornly hanging on to the back of Sainz here. I don't want him to keep getting a free slipstream, so I'm going to burn my battery, break that toe. That should make it easier for Leclerc to start closing down Verstappen. Also has the added bonus of getting us that little bit closer to Norris and Co up front.
Charles button on.
Another pit stop. This time it's Pierre Gasly. And it's another yellow flag. And it's a bad stop. It's a really bad stop.
Yellow flag. Yeah.
What's the yellow for? A spin for Magnussen. That's exactly what happened to George. Who is looking like they're going to be the next to stop? Oh, Ricciardo's in. That was not going to be my choice. It was going to be Magnussen. Ricciardo is a long way clear of Stroll, who's only just crossed the line now. Right, let's keep an eye on the pace of the guys who've just stopped. Hamilton's doing 126s, Stroll's doing a 127. He's about a second or that quicker, but Hamilton's not a good example because he's got damage. Let's keep an eye on Ricciardo. See what his lap times look like. After a couple of laps, see if he's starting to hunt down Alonso. Perez is in. Decent stop. I almost wonder if I should be stopping just to try and get some DHL points or not. Can't get in the top 10 if I don't set a time at all. But at this point, unless I absolutely hammer these tyres for 5 laps and then box, I'm running a risk. Piastri's in. Max is in as well. There's Piastri, so we've got out in front of Piastri. Or, you know, Piastri's come out behind Leclerc. See how quickly he tries to close up. Gap to Norris is now 12 seconds. 20 seconds to Leclerc. Leclerc doesn't quite have that pit stop in hand. He will still be behind Norris if Norris were to box now. Doesn't quite have enough of a... hasn't closed up enough to stop Norris from getting a free stop. Not yet. But he is lapping quicker every lap at the moment.
And what's that? A
Probably the
pit
pits
stop
for Nico.
issue.
Yeah, not a good stop at all. Right, let's take a look at Ricciardo. He's doing 126.7s.
So at the moment you are P4.
He is quicker than Alonso, but
Next
not
car
by a
in front
huge
is,
amount.
Signed.
At this point, I think staying out is the
So
right
next car
move.
behind is Piastri.
And Norris's tyres aren't that bad. He might still try and go to the flag. Tsunoda may yet stop. Now Magnussen comes in. Expecting that stop a couple of laps ago.
And we need lift and coast.
Copy that.
Flashing blues for Magnussen in front.
Getting into the weeds with the traffic now. So that was Joe. No, it was Bottas and Ocon that I saw fighting at the hairpin, not Joe. We're about to lap Joe. And now the gaps are coming down again. Piastri does a 1:23.8. He's still not lapping quicker than Charles Leclerc. That gap is still 4 seconds. And we had traffic on that previous lap. And we're almost just inside the pit stop range for Norris now, if he decides to stop. If he doesn't, well, we'll see. Oh, that is an Alpine running wide at the chicane right in front of us.
Now we're watching Esteban Ocon here. Things were all right here. Well, you can see the lockup, and hopefully there's not too much damage to the tyres.
Valtteri goes through. There is Charles just rounding the exit and straight through. So we didn't get held up, that's good. Max has got a problem now.
But there!
Really wish they would get rid of the crofty commentary replays for faults. They serve no purpose whatsoever. Right, Max crosses the line. Let's have a look at what that fault is. Gearbox. Sainz is now just 3.5 seconds behind Tsunoda. There is Yuki. There is Sainz. .122.8 for Sainz across the line. 1:22.5 for Leclerc. 1:22.8 for Piastri. Yeah, we're lapping quicker than the guys who've just stopped at the moment. A new fastest lap for Max Verstappen, a 1:20.3. That's a very quick lap.
Debris offline.
And who
Now
has
this
crashed?
was at turn 1.
It's
Tries to
Magnussen.
get by.
Oh, is this a 3-car pileup?
And the contact between the cars,
Just
inevitable.
a collision with
And
Valtteri.
that won't do their confidence any good. And look at the team there. They all knew.
Damage now for Magnussen. Yeah, he's missing a chunk of his wing. Look, he's just stopped recently for new tyres as well. Is he going to stop for another set and a new front wing? Oh, it was Joe, not Valtteri. No penalties given. Deemed a racing incident. See if he peels off into the pits. No, staying out with that wing damage. We're now inside the 18 seconds for the pit stop. So if Norris does box, we will be ahead of him with Charles Leclerc, but there'll be a big disparity in amount of rubber. So Norris could well get back through again. Meanwhile, Sainz continues to hunt down Tsunoda. Norris is still pumping in good times.
Update your tire phase when you can. Update your tire phase.
Tires are good, it's just a bit of surprise here.
I think that subtitle's wrong. I think it's supposed to be surface wear, not surface rear. I think it's just confusing whoever's doing the transcription or the AI that's doing the transcription because of Carlos's accent. So Ocon's dived into the pits. Magnussen's pace is still good, despite that broken front wing. And it's not an insignificant amount of damage to that front wing as well. He's missing a good chunk of it. 121.9 for Sainz. His lap time's getting really good, even without any kind of push. I'm going to give Leclerc a fastest lap attempt at the end of this lap.
You can.
Okay, fine.
So we'll go to the driver eye vision.
So we need to push for these laps.
Copy.
Three laps to go. And I think this is probably the way we're going to have to run the rest of this series. It's just starting down the back of the grid because it's certainly making it more of a challenge. This would have been much easier without the rain. With the DRS active, we would have been able to breeze past a lot of cars. But having said that, would have been a very different type of race. We would have been vulnerable to being re-overtaken. Which we haven't really been at any point so far. Double purple so far. That is Hulkenberg, I think. There we go, we get the fastest lap back.
Charge on.
What was the time? I didn't even see it. 1:19.0. Okay, that is safe for a while. Track is going to get a little bit drier, but not significantly drier.
Big rain now, big rain.
And not for very long either. Right, Sainz now almost onto Tsunoda. Let's get him through.
You can use K1.
All good.
And then we can start to gradually close down the gap to Norris. Hamilton's fault has escalated.
And as far as we can tell, Crofty is completely useless.
Race it Tsunoda in front. 0.7 now. Keep it up. Try to put pressure on him.
Here we go, sweeping through. This will be Sainz's fastest lap attempt. He should take it, given that there's 0.4 mil less water on the track.
Norris in front.
Might not get the first sector. No, he did. He got purple in the first. That's been known for years. Well, that depends on your opinion of Crofty, I suppose. This should put the fastest lap comfortably to bed.
Have the quickest car on track.
Copy, copy.
1:18.4.
Look after your tires.
And the gap now to Norris, less than 5 seconds.
Charge button on.
Norris is going to go to the end. Tsunoda is going to go to the end. We're going to get Tsunoda. The question is, will Piastri get him? And on that pace, he might. I still miss Murray. I mean, I grew up listening to Murray and Hunt, and then obviously Brundle stepped in after Hunt died.
You are P4.
And they were a great team, Mundle and Murray. Mundle and Murray. Murray and Brundle.
So next car behind is Piastri.
But so I grew up on Murray and Hunt.
Where we are with tires for now is okay.
Track water level going back up again, which means we'll start saving fuel at a quicker rate again. I haven't heard Brundle on commentary since he went to Sky. I had Sky F1 for, I think, the first year or two, back when I had a Virgin TV bundle. But when I got rid of Virgin, at least when I got rid of Virgin TV, I haven't seen F1 on Sky's broadcasts since then. So I've been on BBC and Channel 4 since then. How long has... Oh, Max's fault gets worse.
I'm sorry, but I cannot drive with these upshifts.
His gearbox is getting more problematic for him. How long has Harry Benjamin been doing BBC Radio 5? I can't remember if that's the same guy I used to listen to in the 90s on the radio. Because back in the late 80s and early 90s, you still couldn't see every race live on BBC. They only showed a certain number of races a year. And they did highlights, I think, in the evenings. But, you know, you couldn't see the races live. So on days when the race wasn't shown, I would listen to it on Radio 5. I can't remember if Harry Benjamin was the guy who was doing it back then. I forget the name of the guy who used to do it. It's been a long time. Right, we need to get a wriggle on with Leclerc if we are going to get past Yuki.
So increase pushing status. So deployed.
Copy. Can speed it up a bit.
I've never bothered with Now TV. I mean, I did think about it on occasion, but I mean, it's what, $11.99 minimum for just a weekend. That's like ridiculous. I think it's even more than that now. I think it's like 15 quid.
Gap to him 1.4. Continue like this.
No, it wasn't Ben Edwards. Ben Edwards was the commentator on Channel 4 before Alex Jakes. But Ben Edwards used to do touring car back in the 2000s, I believe.
Let's lift off.
Might be Alan Henry. I think it might be an Alan Henry. I think that's who it was.
And charge button on.
You are doing a good job. So at the moment you are P3. Next car in front is signed.
Another yellow flag. Yuki is trying to fight back.
No, guys.
Hamilton making a mistake.
Here's the replay. Right, so this was the fourth corner. And that's where they slightly run off the...
Just cut the corner slightly.
And just a reminder on your eyes.
So he took over from Murray. No, after Murray, it was... Oh, God, who was it? James somebody, I think. Ben Edwards took over in 2012. He did it for like 4 or 5 years. 2012 to 2015 was Ben Edwards as the lead commentator. The guy who took over from Murray was the guy who was and we are racing when the 5 lights went out. James Allen, I think. Oh, he took over from Murray in the Taurus. I don't know when Murray stopped doing the Taurus. I mean, I think Murray stopped doing the Taurus not long after he got the F1 gig, and say he was doing that in the 80s. So I'm not sure when he stopped doing that. It's not James Allison. James Allison is the aero guy at Mercedes. No, it was James Allen. I'm not sure Leclerc's going to catch Norris, you know.
So we need to push.
Let's see if we can help him out a bit. Let's see if we can get Sainz past and then go defensive to slow Norris down a bit.
Fighting with Norris in front and 1.4 in front.
We have finished the race, don't worry.
Piastri's still not able to catch up to Tsunoda. Tsunoda's hanging on to the back of Leclerc, so he's getting a nice little tow at the moment.
But I leave it to you to judge the risk. Copy.
Evening, Rinketic.
Racing Lando in front. 0.6 behind. Can try everything.
Can use K1. Copy.
There we go, we got the move done.
Try to hold on tires. Copy.
Now let's slow the pace down if we can.
Can use K1.
You have a question. George went from 88 to 86. Is he been having bad results? That can affect driver stats.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
So if he's been crashing a lot or just performing below expectations, that can hurt him. Might just be a bug as well. The game is a little bit buggy. What system are you playing on? Are you playing on PC, console? And if you're playing on PC, did you install the patch from today? It might be that they've actually amended some of the driver ratings slightly.
We need big lift off.
Use ERS.
Come on, Sainz. Do the job here. Keep Lando behind.
B31. Lando behind. 0.8.
What season am I in? This is just season 1 of Ferrari. I'm waiting for the patch for the PS5 next week now. It's supposed to be out today, but it's been delayed before I restart my creator team. Because there's quite a few changes that will require a restart. Leclerc's closing very quickly here.
Charge button on. Copy.
Yeah, if you're still in season 1, I would say it's probably worth just starting afresh. The full patch notes will show you what changes they've made that will need a restart. And you can find them on the F1 Manager website in the news section.
Can use K1.
Hunting time.
Need to get back in front. Oh, just squeezing through. Lovely stuff. Hung Lando out to dry a little bit there.
Keep nursing your tires. Copy.
Charge button on.
There's Sharp. Closing in. Yeah, we've really slowed the pace down. Look, 126.9.
Albon in front.
Piastri is now starting to close in on Tsunoda. Big difference in tyres.
And we need some lift off.
Copy.
There's Charles.
Next car in front is Norris. Gap to Norris in front, 1.7. Race is long. Charge button on. Charge button on.
Yeah.
Can use energy.
Sainz has done the job we needed him to do. Brought Leclerc right back into play. Oh, Max is going to retire.
Norris.
Potentially. Will he make it to the end of the lap to pull in, or is that it?
Something broke.
Is he going to retire before he even gets around to the pits? If that's the case, we might have a late safety car. I need to try and get this move done now. Come on, come on, come on. Get the move done. Yes, there we go. Right, so if we do get a safety car,
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
I think he's going to make it back to the pits. He is smoking.
Lift off.
Will he blow up just before the pits? Or will he make it in? He made it in. That's a retirement then. There he goes.
One car stop outside of the track.
And that puts Ricciardo up into 6th place.
And start button on.
And save fuel.
And Piastri does get through. I had a feeling he might get him. It's not over yet though, but Tsunoda's tyres are significantly worse look. Alonso's at risk as well. Perez is right on him. Russell's got ahead of Hamilton. And that gearbox issue of his has really screwed him over. Can Perez rescue an extra couple of points here for Red Bull? They're currently on for 4 points. If they can get past Alonso, it'll be 6. Ah, Leclerc's got a fault.
Is everything fine with the ERS?
We'll come back to you.
It's temporary.
We've seen on data. No.
Well, yeah, right.
Oh, shut up, Crofty. That puts us under a little bit of additional pressure. Harvest efficiency has been hurt quite badly. I have to put a lap here on Hamilton. If you're still around, Farah. There we go. And we got him in a really good spot as well, because that will hold up Norris a little bit. There we go. That gave us a little bit of a buffer. About an extra second.
Let's lift off.
just over 3 laps to go. And it's looking pretty comfortable for us now. Perez still trying to find his way past Alonso. We've got another yellow flag.
A crash in the main straight, on the left, crash in the main straight.
That's Ocon and Hulkenberg or Magnussen? It's Magnussen. It's missing half a wing.
You got massively hit, guys.
You got massively hit. You're the one who stuck your car where it shouldn't be. It's your fault there, Ocon.
And watching their hopes crumble away.
Fighting over 17th and 18th places. Just trying to avoid being last, and Magnussen gets the penalty. What? That's wrong. No. That was Ocon's fault. I'm sure of it.
He's getting better and better.
There we go. Fault's cleared up.
Understood.
That's good. We pulled out another half a second over Norris. Now another second.
Just look after these tires.
Tires are fine. Perez has got a fault.
I'm having quite an aggressive downshifts, and it's I feel like it's not in the rear end.
Gearbox issues right when he's trying to get the move done on Alonso. That's not going to help.
Then it will be 2 laps.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
We're going to stick with this. This is the only fight left on the track of any real significance. Hulkenberg and Stroll having a little scrap over 12th. Magnussen has got, that 5 seconds in hand for the penalty, so he is looking like he's going to stay ahead of Ocon. Still, Perez can't get through. Got 2 laps to do it. We've just lapped George Russell. So we've lapped everybody up to 9th. Not bad, considering we started 14th and 15th. Imagine where we would be if we'd started 1st and 2nd. If we'd actually qualified properly. Little lunge there from Perez at the hairpin, but thought better of it in the end. And that's cost him some momentum on the back straight here. Gonna have one final lap to do it. Is it hard to play on PS5? No. It's easy. Some things were a little clunkier than using a mouse, but if I wanted to, this game has mouse support, so just open my little tech drawer. Grab my mouse, turn it on, Yay, mouse support.
Really good, guys.
Good job.
So
That was perfect, guys.
Some pickup, please.
And checkered flag.
There we go. It's a win for Sainz.
I'll turn that back off again now.
What an achievement! Sometimes you take the incredible skill of these drivers for granted, but not today.
Well, Sainz pays us back for the shambles that was his race at Monaco. Another late look from Perez, but not close enough. I think Alonso's going to stay ahead here. A little attempt to the line. He's not got the momentum. Alonso will hold on to 7th. It is 8th for Perez. Just 4 points then for Red Bull tonight. Do I stream every day? I stream every weeknights from 8 p.m. We do a full race at real time. Yeah, we kind of whiz through practice and qualifying and then run the race in real time. There we go, Sainz pulling into the pits. And Leclerc not far behind him.
Now, wasn't that a seriously good drive from Carlos Sainz?
That was a really well-executed race, I thought. Major credit to the driver, the pit wall, and the whole team for that win.
But just look at this. The overwhelming excitement for those celebrating this achievement. And Carlos Sainz heading up to the podium now, the Spaniard adding another to his record.
It gets even better for the team, with both drivers scoring a podium finish this weekend.
Plenty of smiles for the cameras as the drivers can let off some steam here in Montreal. As far as Ferrari are concerned, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling after that race?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
And that's it for this weekend's F1 action here in Montreal.
Formula One will be back to Europe for the next round, on the shores of the Mediterranean, with some heated competition to look forward to in Spain.
Well, there we go then. Confirmation of the final result. It is a win for Carlos Sainz. I think that's his 3rd win of the season. 2nd place for Charles Leclerc. Sainz also getting the fastest lap as well. So 26 points for him. Much needed points. Lando will take 3rd place, up 1 from where he started. Oscar dropping down a couple for 4th. Tsunoda is 5th. Ricciardo 6th. 18 more points for RB there. So that is 38 points in the last 2 races now for RB. That's huge for them. Alonso in 7th. Perez down 5 places to finish in 8th. Another bad race for Perez. Russell in 9th. Hamilton down 5 to finish in 10th, although he was nursing a very, very sick gearbox for a good chunk of that race there. In 11th place, Albon just missing out on points again. He finished 11th last night as well. Hulkenberg 12th. Stroll down 5 places for 13th. 6 places gained for Bottas there. Very good running for him ahead of Zhou. Then it's Gasly, Ocon. Magnussen did end up in the end behind Ocon after the penalty was applied. Looks like Ocon managed to close him up at the end just enough. And then no finish for Logan Sargent, who hit the wall early on, and then Max retiring with his broken gearbox as well. In the drivers' standings, Charles Leclerc continues to lead, 5 wins from 9 races. Not too bad at all. He is which is only the second win, I think, for Carlos. He is on 202 points. Lando up 1 into second, jumping above Max, who's dropped down 2 places. He's on 143. Sainz, with that win and fastest lap, closes the gap to Norris by another 11 points. So he is now just 7 behind in third. Max, 2 points further back in fourth. Oscar moves above Perez by 5 points into fifth. Sonoda in seventh on 53 points now. Alonso in eighth. Then it's Russell from Hamilton, bottom half of the table. Ricciardo moves up 1 into 11th place above Stroll. And still no one else has scored, but Albon now up into 13th in the standings overall. Sargent down 1 to 14th, Bottas down 1 to 15th. And that puts Hulkenberg in 16th, Ocon 17th, Gasly 18th, Joe moving above Magnussen into 19th. Magnussen bringing up the rear. In the constructor standings, 44 points for Ferrari. Maximum points again. We're on 338 points. McLaren moving above Red Bull with a big points haul for them tonight. 27 points. Just the 4 for Red Bull sees them lose a place onto 228 points. They are 14 behind McLaren. RB up 2 places with that 18 points of theirs. 3 ahead of Mercedes. Aston Martin also dropping down as well on 55 points now. Still no points for any other teams. It's Williams from Sauber, Haas, and then Alpine. Let's take a look at the pit stops. We will not be there because we didn't stop. Max with the quickest stop, a 2.4 second stop. Then it is Russell, Piastri, Albon, Ricciardo, Hamilton, Joe, Bottas, Perez, and Ocon. So, McLaren top with 163 points. Red Bull moved back above RB by 1 point and are now 13 behind McLaren. No points for us because we did not stop. We ran just one set of tyres throughout the whole race. So we are still fourth on 118 and losing ground a little bit. 41 points behind RB now. Alpine only closed the gap by 1 point to us. Mercedes up 3 places there with 26 points. Tied with Williams on 61, but with a faster overall stop. So that puts them in 6th place. Williams 7th. Aston Martin down 2 into 8th place. No points for them tonight. And Sauber down a place, but picking up 10 points. They are now just 4 points behind Aston Martin. And they see no stops for us. We get our sponsor payouts for both drivers, pay out the contract bonuses, so we make $1 million. Very nice. That spare chassis is now done. Let's take a look at our inbox. We tried to intervene, nothing has happened, so Leclerc and Javier still having issues. Nothing we can do about that. That might be why Sainz was quicker, thinking about it, because Leclerc has had that step of pace on Carlos all season. So Gabriele Mini still waiting for a reply. As I say, I'm not breaking the bank to sign him. Can't believe it's going to cost me $3 million. So we'll just wait till the offer expires and then try again in a couple of months. Spare chassis is done. Let's have a look at the cars. So chassis, front wing and side pods all failed on Charles' car. They need to be replaced. Let's go ahead and swap those out. So that brand new chassis spare is immediately pressed into service. Yeah, how far are we away from research finishing off? 5 days for the rear wing. Let's go to our staffing over here. Here we go. Facilities is what I wanted to look at. We're up to 7 mil. Let's go ahead and stick an upgrade on the race sim. Everything in here is okay. Forecast accuracy is down a bit because of sponsor involvement. That will go back up again at some point soon. Checking with the boards. They are delighted, as they should be, with another comfortable 1-2 in the end. I had to work for it in a couple of places, but once we got through, we were fine. We have 11 days till Barcelona. Let's advance time a little bit. He's overall very demoralised at the moment, not having a good time at Prema or with Alpine. But we are waiting. There we go. We'll cancel the negotiation and we'll, as I say, have another go later on when he's not going to charge me 3 million to break the contract for 6 months. There we go. Rear wing research project is done. So let's get a new part up and running. As you can see, we are doing a front wing project at the moment, and same for underfloor and suspension. We now have one part done for every one research project done for every part, including the ones that are currently finishing off. So we've got no hours left. We're looking at just a straight upgrade. Let's see. What about a wing? Maybe a chassis. Side pod. Let's go with a side pod. So we'll bump up the drag reduction just a touch. Let's take the life out like that. Let's improve engine cooling a bit more. There we go. That will help boost our high-speed performance a little bit more. We'll get one engineer on that. There we go. We are 5 days away from our sponsor review, so let's finish the stream off by sorting out sponsors, and then we'll leave it for the rest of the day. Leandro Fornaroli has accepted our offer, so we'll pay 65k to break his... Actually, no, we're signing him at the end of the year, beginning of next year. So that's just his signing on bonus at 65k. So we will have a young Italian F3 driver joining the team next year. Go. Sponsor target engagement achieved. That's worth another 3.7 million. Lovely jubbly. Right, so no military activities again. It's kind of good, but you get big money on the mandatory activities. Do we want to do a race day appearance? Worth a lot. Let's see what other activities there. Head of Aero and Technical Chief, Race Engineers, Wind Tunnel, Factory. Not worth a lot of engagement. Let's just have a look at getting some of these lower ones in. Let's get Behrman on a event. And then I don't really want to do a simulator. Let's do a factory. There we go. So, busy month in terms of things going on, but we're avoiding all the really big, heavy hitting problems that will, cause us issues in that respect. There we go. That will max our achievement out. And it is race day again, and that will be tomorrow's race. As I say, we will not be doing any Ferrari over the weekends, given that we've been doing Ferrari all through the week. I'll just take the weekend off and go hell diving or something instead. And then we'll be back on Monday. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we might get a surprise update Monday, but I think it's going to be probably middle of the week now. Depends how quickly they can fix the problem with the update and resubmit it for certification. It's not impossible that we might get it Monday, but I'm not going to hold my breath. So I will make a decision on Monday as to whether or not we're going to do another race. I might not stream Monday night, but we'll definitely be streaming tomorrow. So we'll be back at the usual time of 8 p.m. for the Barcelona Grand Prix. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I will see you all with some more F1 Manager very soon.